folks, wherever you're joining us from this evening, we are happy that you guys are here with us. And let's fight. We got a lot to discuss with you folks. Do let us know if you are hearing us loud and clear this evening, wherever you are us from, wherever you are tuning in from. Do let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear. Good to be back on familiar grounds after we were last week in Essequibo. Good, guys. Getting the valid and credible information for you. Do let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear. Siobhan says loud and clear in Florida. Loud and clear in Florida. You're going to want to share the live, folks. You're going to want to smash that emoji button for us. We're coming down, folks. We're coming down. We got the fight card set. We want you all to know, good folks, we got the fight card set. There's only some of you folks missing. That's what I'm telling y'all. There's only some of y'all missing. We're happy to see so many of you have already joined us. Great to see so many of you who are already here. Folks, you're fired up? You're ready to go? You're fired up, good folks, and you're ready to go. If you are, we are as well. So pace and power. Let's have a go at it, good folks. Let's have a go at it. Wherever you're joining us from, wherever you're joining me from, rock and come in, good folks. Share that live, smash that emoji. But this coming down the able, you know. Them boys know the able. Who vex we don't say it. Them boys know the able. You telling me they know the able? They know the able. One set of nonsense them boys do it. One pack of nonsense. Day in, day out. They gonna learn? People don't learn? No, this is deliberate now. Folks, this is deliberate. Don't let they fool you. This nonsense and this madness is deliberate. This is deliberate. One pack of foolishness. But that's why I'm telling you. We got to watch them. We got to fight card set. Share the live, good folks. Smash that emoji button. We are fired up at this end and we are ready to go. And we hope that you guys are as well. No time to lose, good folks. No time to lose. Dotting the I's. We crossing our T's at this end, good folks. Share that live for us. Smash that emoji button as well, good people. We are fired up, and we're ready to go. And we hope that it's the same for you guys. Wherever y'all joining us from tonight, rock and come in. Wherever you good folks are joining us from, rock and come in, good folks. Pace and power. Pace and power. Wherever you're joining us from, guys, we are so happy. We are so delighted that you folks are here with us. So happy, so delighted. We are thrilled. We had a good weekend. We hope that you guys hit the ground running, folks. And now we are coming in for landing. We're coming in for landing. The day is drawing to a close. And again, folks, we really hope that you guys are great. We hope that you had a productive day. You're going to want to share the live. You're going to want to smash that emoji button for us, folks. We are ensuring that we are shared to all the valid and credible places at our end here. That's what we're doing. Ensuring that we are shared to all the valid and credible places. Because once we start, that's it, you know. Once we start, that is it. We're not looking back. Rung and down, good folks. So share the live. We're right here. Smash that emoji button for us as well. Wherever you're joining us from. Wherever you're joining us from, we are very, very privileged to have all of you folks in the ring with us tonight. Very, very privileged to have each and every one of you guys in us tonight. Wherever you're coming in from, wherever you all are joining us from, we are delighted. We are privileged. Good to see you. See, we got Janelle Richmond here. We got Suzanne. Folks, you're going to want to share the live tonight. You're going to want to smash that emoji button. Sandra is here with us too. Sandra Davis and all the other good folks joining us. Nothing short of delighted that you guys have chosen to join us this evening. Nothing short of delighted. Every time you come to Facebook, something change up. Like I'm fed up now. You see? Like every time you come back to Facebook. That's why we tell you guys to ensure that you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. Because like we fed up. You see? Like we fed up. Every time you come back, something different and something new. I fed up, man. I fed up. I fed up. I fed up. Plenty too. Plenty, not a little bit. Plenty. God damn it. I just damn fed up. Who vex? Who vex? Share the like, smash that emoji button for us, folks, and we are right here with you. And we're back, good folks. We're right here with you. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. We got to fight card set, guys. We're fired up at this end and we're ready to go. And we hope it's the same for you guys. Wherever you all are joining us from today, you're going to want to share the live, smash that emoji button. We run, folks. We're fired up at this end and we are ready to go, as we said. We got to fight card set. We're covering a number of things this evening. You're going to want to know about a number of things. Folks, a reprieve for one man. You know, he pled guilty to manslaughter. Right? We can talk about him. He's gotten a reprieve nonetheless. We talk about Trump. We talk about holiness in Jamaica. Trump in the U.S. Holiness in Jamaica. And then, you know, the fires. Cheryl Pancham, you know the fires. Nobody ever tell you about the fires, Cheryl. You know about the fires. Which fires we talking about? Fires. Fires of them boys. Fires of them boys. Fires of them boys. Share the live. Smash that emoji button for us. So we can talk about that. And then you got shore base. Shore base things happening. Shore base things are happening. A lot of things happen in this country, folks. A lot of things happen in this country. You got to stay sharp. Or them boys go with you. If you don't stay sharp, them boys can't eat your dinner, as we say colloquially. Can't eat your dinner. So we're going to be talking about shore-based things as well. There's a lot happening, you know. Right? There's a lot happening, guys, and we hope we can bring all of it to you. All of it to you. Who vex? Who vex? So these are a couple of things we're talking about this evening, folks. These are a couple of the things we're going to be talking about. Good to see the hundreds of you who have already joined our broadcast. The hundreds of you who've already joined our broadcast. Debbie Honkirk, Edward Brooms, good to see you. Guys, I missed you all last week. You know, when we out in the field, it doesn't have the same feel like when you're in the studio. It doesn't have the same feel at all. And we just simply delighted that you folks are here with us. Lester, good to see you. Good to see you there, Lester. Just give myself some space. Giving the ice some space. Fernand Innes, good to see you as well. So true, Hector. Malika Melville, good to see you. I see you, Vern is here, and Susan Jacobs is here as well. Wayne Brown. Wayne Brown said, who vex lose? Who vex lose? Good to see you, folks. And folks, if you've been ardent viewers of our broadcast, you know where we go next. We're going to be talking about, folks, the opener. The opener tonight. And we're privileged to have the leader of the opposition, Mr. Aubrey C. Norton, open for us this evening. We are nothing short of privilege. The Belgians are beating tonight. Nothing short of privilege to have the leader of the opposition open for us this evening. I think we're picking a little bit. We're going to want to pull that down. We're picking a little bit. Hold on. Picking a little bit. All right. Don't want to be picking at all. So the opener tonight, folks, there was a rally yesterday, a thank you rally. You know, we just concluded local government elections. The guys took the oath of office at the council level. But I feel like you're too busy to swear in people now. I thought they win. I thought it was nice time for them, but like you're too busy to swear in the mayors and deputy mayors so that these councils can start functioning. Like you're too busy. So there was this thank you rally yesterday in the city here in Georgetown. And Mr. Aubrey Norton was was the featured speaker last evening at the Market Square, Sabrick Market Square there. And he had a word or two for a lot of them, including the Ethnic Relations Commission. He had a word or two for a lot of them, folks, including the Ethnic Relations Commission. We want you to hear what the leader of the opposition, leader of the PNCR, said about that Ethnic Relations Commission. That's the opener, folks. Take a look and take a listen. Good to see so many of you already joined us. I miss y'all. Take a look and take a listen.
I don't know who comprises it. I saw in the news that they sent some summons to me. Let me say this to the Ethnic Relations Commission. What I said at that meeting, I will repeat now. And then I will tell you why the Ethnic Relations Commission must go where party put the not, but the sun don't shine. The president went to Linden and was very disrespectful and said that the people here must know that when they're gone, they will even give blue. And you know what was my response? I did not say anything except I want the president to know that if people are going out the country, me can't live. If people are going out the country, if a man has a woman who's leaving the country, you could get blow overseas. Not true story, that. Me and know that law is restricted to Linden or Georgetown. And so the Ethnic Relations Commission write their own thing. And I saw Jack Nero saying who disrespectful to who wife. I have not mentioned in any of my speech anybody's wife. And Jack Nero should be the last to talk about wife. And so I want to say this to the Ethnic Relations Commission. Let them go and investigate the contracts that are allotted and deal with the discrimination there. Don't come tell me nonsense. There is enough discrimination in this country to keep the Ethnic Relations Commission working. But they don't want the work. They want to be political tools. Well, I said to them, people who become political tools end up being political fools. And so we are through with them. I don't care what they say. I spoke a truth. And if the cap fit them, let them wear it. Okay. The People's Progressive Party believes. They believe that they can instill fear and govern Guyana by fear. We have to be sensible opposition. We have to confront them without giving them the opportunities to do some of the ignorance they want to do. But we must never be afraid of them. We are stronger than them. That the debating whether Darren Lal get fired or not fired tell you that they're in confusion. And so we must continue to
I just love how the leader of the opposition is digging to them boys. I love it. I know some of y'all get to know, and some of y'all forget for sure the live already. I want to say hello to Big Auntie and East Rheinveld who ran out barefoot across the road this afternoon to say hello to me. I was so shocked. I was so stunned. I was taken aback. The lady ran out way across the road just to say hello. They know it's that important, folks. But I'm learning every day. I said, hold up, take it easy. Watch the road, watch the traffic. In this country, you got to be so careful. Guys, we're so happy that all of you are here. Bellamona side done share. I know some of y'all get to know they don't forget already. Don't forget already. Yvonne Daly, like I pick up in my spirit that you slip there. Sabaturian, Jennifer, Paula Waldron. Guys, we're happy to have each and every one of you here. Let's touch on some of the things we're following internationally, folks. Let's touch on some of those things quickly, swiftly, that we are following internationally. We are happy and privileged to have all of y'all here with us. We're really happy to be back in the studio while we're here. Make good use of us, folks. while we're here, make good use of us. Good to see you, Lenny, and good to see you, Sandra, and Franz, and Paula. You see, I see Lenny's funeral service. Lenny, we can advertise for you, you know. You don't gotta come with all of these things. Don Baines, let Lenny know. Lenny funeral service, we can help you advertise this thing. You know, hatch, match, dispatch. It's life. It's life. Some of what we're following around the world, good folks. Take a look. Trump, if we go back in 2025, he want to expand presidential powers. I'm telling you what Trump say. Trump is saying if he goes back in 2025, he wants to expand U.S. presidential powers. You think he easy? Yeah, watch this fella for me. Yeah, watch this fella for me, folks. U.S. and Israel got a meeting coming up. Biden has invited Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister. Joseph Biden, the President of the United States of America, has invited him to the White House. They're trying to ease tension. You know, things haven't been going so well with U.S.-Israeli relations. And so they're looking to perhaps hit a reset on that. We can watch that to see how it goes, folks. But that's one of the things we are following. No deal. Putin said we out. Remember, they had a very tenuous relationship with this wheat and grain coming out of the Ukraine, because a lot of prices went up when this war started, because Ukraine produces a lot of the world's wheat. A lot of it. Now, the Russians said they ain't going back in this deal. Right? Which means they're not going to give the wheat free passage and, you know, to be exported and so on. So we got to watch where this is going now, because we done catching with tail in this place. We done catching with tail in this place already. Imagine if our price go up again. Them boys in trouble. Them boys are going to be in trouble. A fellow who understands these issues of international relations and even domestic relations, our very own Professor Shamir Ali, a former ambassador to Kuwait. He got the back channels for us this evening, folks. Professor Ali got the back channels for us as usual. As usual. He got the back channels, folks. Take a look and take a listen.
And globally. I had a fabulous weekend, and hopefully you had a fabulous weekend too. Every day I try to do something good for somebody, and today I decide to stay focused on Ukraine, because it bothered me that it's now almost 2 months for the counter-offensive and nothing much is happening. So I reached out to my back channel and told him, my brother, I lived through the Vietnam War where everybody was winning and the truth was not being told. Please tell me in confidence what is the real story without any spinning. And your brother will never disclose your name. Have no fear. He says, my brother, nobody is winning this offensive. Ukraine is losing 10,000 drones each month. I said 10,000. He said yes. And each drone can only work 1 or maximum 2 times. Ukraine now is having to recruit their citizens, 21 years, and to train them fast to fight. They're now using hammer and chisel to use some of the old tanks and repair it. Low-tech tanks to fight. They're using 60,000 shells a day. This was one of my biggest surprise. Not the using of the 60, but the whole world is producing 5,000 shells each day. So that means in every day, Ukraine is consuming 12 times what the world is producing. That is a reason why the US president decided to use the cluster bomb, which is not a good bomb, but he decided to use that to help Ukraine. Ukraine does not have the air power, with all due respect. They said the Russians, because they have superior technology, They're jamming the drones. So the current drones are not working as effective as they hoped. What they think they need is for cruise missiles, which will be faster so that they cannot be caught, and to avoid less civilian damages, because these drones are flying over populated areas, and when they break down, collateral damage. My second surprise was Ukraine is not short of money. And they have over 60 companies of their own working to help. But, in the free market enterprise, every one of those 60 companies have his or her own profit motive. So the right hand is not talking to the left hand, and the left hand not talking to the right hand, and so there's no proper coordination. So I asked him, why in the Lord's name this is allowed to continue? Certainly you can get them together, get a baseball bat and just whack them. He says, just cannot. If the Americans hear this, they will not be pleased that you have 60 companies can do better and they're not coordinating. And then billions are coming from help. They said they're using now pipe bombs. I says, no. Being a pipe and you're putting the ammunition inside and then a detonation, they said yes. They have now begun to use pipe bombs on old tanks and using it. He repeatedly, over and over, no side is winning. But ladies and gentlemen, my biggest shock is coming now. He says the war will go for another year or two. I said, oh my God, no. He said, yes, you asked for the truth because they seem to nobody wants to back down. And the discussions with the Arabs, Saudi Arabia is trying, Kuwait is trying, Qatar is trying, Turkey is trying, but there's no movement. He said, I don't want to tell you who there's no movement. I said, okay, I understand. Certain things I have to respect. Keep it, okay. But there's no movement. They said the airplanes from Ukraine are being shot down by the Russians because they do have better technology and they are bigger. What he did say they need is for broadband technology. Well, I do not know who has this broadband technology. This is what they're looking for. The Russians, he said, are dug in with mines and tanks and machine guns, and they have air superiority. That's the reason there's no breakthrough. You see, that's the answer. And the Russians, he said, are saying that is the USA wanted Ukraine to join NATO that started the war. And he said they are also hearing that if Mexico had Cuban missiles at its border, what would America do? So this, ladies and gentlemen, is what is going on back channels in Ukraine. And today you must have heard the news where Russia has now, there's some saying the grain has been stopped and some saying the grain is being suspended. But the grain shipments will no longer operate according to many news. I had a fabulous weekend and hopefully you had a fabulous weekend too. Every day I try to do something good for somebody, and today I decide to stay focused on Ukraine.
Apologies there. We missed that. We saw some folks very late saying song, song, song. We missed that. We missed that. We missed that. We really want you to get what Professor Shamir Ali has. Our apologies there because he understands these issues, what's happening with Russia, what's happening with the Ukraine and all around the place. Our apologies there. I don't know what slipped up there, but I saw you folks saying song. Let's stay right from the top. Professor Shamir Ali.
Greetings, namaste, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu to listeners in Guyana and globally. I had a fabulous weekend and hopefully you had a fabulous weekend too. Every day I try to do something good for somebody, and today I decide to stay focused on Ukraine because it bothered me that it's now almost 2 months for the counter-offensive and nothing much is happening. So I reached out to my back channel and told him, my brother, I lived through the Vietnam War where everybody was winning and the truth was not being told. Please tell me in confidence what is the real story without any spinning. And your brother will never, never disclose your name. Have no fear. He says, my brother, nobody is winning this offensive. Ukraine is losing 10,000 drones each month. I said 10,000. He said yes. And each drone can only work 1 or maximum 2 times. Ukraine now is having to recruit their citizens 21 years and to train them fast to fight. They're now using hammer and chisel to use some of the old tanks and repair it. Low-tech tanks to fight. They're using 60,000 shells a day. This was one of my biggest surprise. Not the using of the 60, but the whole world is producing 5,000 shells each day. So that means in every day, Ukraine is consuming 12 times what the world is producing. That is a reason why the US president decided to use the cluster bomb, which is not a good bomb, but he decided to use that to help Ukraine. Ukraine does not have the air power. With all due respect, they said the Russians, because they have superior technology, they are jamming the drones. So the current drones are not working as effective as they hoped. What they think they need is for cruise missiles, which will be faster so that they cannot be caught, and to avoid less civilian damages, because these drones are flying over populated areas, and when they break down, collateral damage. My second surprise was Ukraine is not short of money. And they have over 60 companies of their own working to help. But, you know, in the free market enterprise, every one of those 60 companies have his or her own profit motive. So the right hand is not talking to the left hand, and the left hand not talking to the right hand, and so there's no proper coordination. So I asked him, why in the Lord's name this is allowed to continue? Certainly you can get them together, get a baseball bat and just whack them. He says just cannot. If the Americans hear this, they will not be pleased that you have 60 companies can do better and they're not coordinating, and then billions are coming from help. They said they're using now pipe bombs. I says, no. I mean a pipe and you're putting the ammunition inside and then a detonation? They said yes. they have now begun to use pipe bombs on old tanks and using it. He repeatedly, over and over, no side is winning. But ladies and gentlemen, my biggest shock is coming now. He says the war will go for another year or two. I said, oh my God, no. He said, yes, you asked for the truth because they seem to, nobody wants to back down. And the discussions with the Arabs, Saudi Arabia is trying, Kuwait is trying, Qatar is trying, Turkey is trying, but there's no movement. He said, I don't want to tell you who there's no movement. I said, okay, I understand. Certain things I have to respect. Keep it, okay. But there's no movement. They said the airplanes from Ukraine are being shot down by the Russians because they do have better technology and they are bigger. What he did say they need is for broadband technology. Well, I do not know who has this broadband technology. This is what they're looking for. The Russians, he said, are dug in with mines and tanks and machine guns, and they have air superiority. That's the reason there's no breakthrough. You see, that's the answer. And the Russians, he said, are saying that is the USA wanted Ukraine to join NATO that started the war. And he said they are also hearing that if Mexico had Cuban missiles at its border, what would America do? So this, ladies and gentlemen, is what is going on back channels in Ukraine. And today you must have heard the news where Russia has now, there's some saying the grain has been stopped and some saying the grain is being suspended. But the grain shipments will no longer operate according to many news channels, and this will severely affect the Middle East and Africa that depend heavily on this grain. This can have ripple effect to many commodities, sugar, rice, oil, and other areas. So heaven knows what's ahead. So be prepared. Let's hope tomorrow will be a better day. Good night and blessings to you and your families, and be careful.
Apologies for the song initially, folks. We want to thank Professor Shamir Ali, former ambassador to Kuwait, for the back channel. Has always got his hands on the pulse. Sharon Castillo, is it Enkani Isaacs, Siobhan McDonald, Lenny Funeral Service, Ibn Lamy, Diane Grives-Andy. Good to have all of you here, folks, on the live. That's the back channel for us. We got some things to pick up on around the Caribbean, around the region, folks, Latin America, South America, into the Caribbean. I think you ought to know about Haiti. Haiti's crisis. We're happy to see some stronger push is being done by CARICOM member states. We saw quite recently, it was the Prime Minister of Jamaica calling for the EU, the European Union, to amplify funding for Haiti's humanitarian crisis. We want to say kudos to Andrew Holness there from Jamaica for stepping up and being counted our Haitian brothers and sisters. They need our help. They need our help there in Haiti. They really need our help, folks. Badly too. Badly too. The opposition in Trinidad said the Commissioner of Police is hiding, and the bandits in Trinidad and Tobago, they got free rein. That is what they're saying there in Trinidad and Tobago. The Commissioner of Police hiding. That is what we heard from Rudal Monilal, one of the members of Parliament for the United National Congress. That's the opposition party there in Trinidad. They said, Commissioner of Police, stop hiding. Stop hiding. And the Commissioner of Police name is Hickens. The last name there is Hickens in Trinidad and Tobago. And then, folks, University of the West Indies professor is warning us the Caribbean could be destroyed by climate change. I think we might want to watch that. I think we might wanna watch that. Folks have been sounding the alarm for quite some time. But the impact of climate change in the region, but anybody listening? It's like Haiti. It's like Haiti. Is anybody listening? 3,900 of you are joining us around the world. We hope that you guys listening to us. We hope that you guys are listening. Climate change threatening to destroy the Caribbean. Folks, let me listen to them, boys. Please and thank you. Y'all there's no place like the 592. We show you how a lot of things start. Here's how some of them go in. Solomon George confessed to killing a colleague, a fellow farmer, in a fit of rage. He confessed. And Solomon George has been, for the last 7 years, they're telling us he's been on remand. Well, a judge recently sentenced Solomon George to 10 years in prison after he pleaded to the lesser count of manslaughter. And taking other things into consideration, the judge gives Solomon George 10 years. But since he had already served 7, which he tell us in prison years is like 10 years, he was released on the day he was sentenced. He was released on the day he was sentenced, having already served the time. Yep. Folks, we don't try to make light of these issues, but just the way they are. On the very day he sentenced to 10 years, he doesn't spend 7, so that's 10 in prison years. And was released on the very day he sentenced. If that is not, an indication of the justice system in this country needs to be fixed. I ain't talking about the 10 years. I'm just talking about how it happened. 7 years on remand. Something wrong with that, Iban? Jennifer, Siobhan, Petal, Sharon Alfonso, Lester. Something wrong with that. We find something is a little wrong with that. We hope that he stays on the straight and narrow, though. We hope that George Solomon stays on the straight and narrow. Well, somebody said widening the channel. Now that they put on the shore base on the west side, the channel is now 100 meters wide. Some people like the channels wide. Isn't everybody? Isn't everybody like a wide channel? Some people like the channels wide. Isn't everybody? Who shared the life for us tonight? Once the ship could pass and commerce could go on, we got to go. But who owns this artificial island though? When it's finished? Is who owns the island when it's done? When the channel widened finish? Is who own it? You know? Real proof? Petal Brown, Jennifer Griffith. Do you know Michael Reed? Who owns the channel? Me like me channel white. Who expects? Me like me channel white. Vanessa, Yvonne, Orma. Signs of the times, good folks. Signs of the times. A 3-year-old Shiv Thompson fell in boiling water. Don't ask me all the finer details. I'm giving you how we buy. A 3-year-old Shiv Thompson, signs of the times, fell in boiling water. And now it's being medevaced to the US for treatment. The family needs money. The family said they need some more funding. Folks, 3 years old, fell into boiling water. My God. Father, have his mercies. Father, have his mercies in this country. A miner was found floating in a pit, a mining pit. Signs of the times. Who shared the damn life tonight? Who smashed the emoji button? Signs of the times. Well, here's a story. Here's a story here, good folks. Here's a story here. One theory, one school of thought that they're going with, they're saying that he went to visit his girlfriend. First thing that gave me, he's what, 45, going on 50. He has a girlfriend. But he was going to visit his girlfriend. Sometimes life is put you in hard times. And too far back. Sometimes life will spew you out in some directions he didn't cater for. He was going to visit his girl. That's one theory they're working on. Felling a pit, a mining pit, and drums. Yep. Thoughts and prayers go to the family of Jerome John. Miner Jerome John, Waveney, Redmond, Alexis. I don't know if Mr. Redmond was going to visit. What is the case? But that's what the reporting says. He was going to visit his girlfriend. And that's it. That's it. Some folks said she was to die for. Mining pit. The miner found floating fires of the PPP. Fire report for today, folks. That's another way you can put this. The fire report for today. Fire leaves 10 homeless. Diamond. Y'all not wouldn't be. Hold on. Y'all not wouldn't be a property. Bring it down. We'll come again. Y'all not wouldn't be a property if we didn't have fire. That would have been the odd thing. That would have been the odd thing if we didn't have fire. So this fire, Diamond, has left 10 homeless. 10, just like that now. Don't ask how, when, where, why. That's not the point. The point is Guyana, and it's Fire Nation we're dealing with. Monica Granger, Yanet Barker, Ibon Lamy, Shandon Moses. It's Guyana we're dealing with. It's fire. What do you want to tell you? Fire is in the PPP. Do you remember the lighter, the wire, and the sponge? That's what 80% of the breakdown police station was burnt down. A lighter, wire, and a sponge. Right? Well, a man beat that over the weekend. He had a lighter, he had toilet paper. The man said mosquitoes was so much, he couldn't take it. And you know, in them places, you don't get coil and all of that. He said he couldn't take it. The mosquitoes was too much. He had to light some toilet paper. But kind of shoot them. Algie King, Marlon Larmer, Sandra Davis. You think you understand where we are? Running Hanover, Desmond Harris, Yanet Barker, Diane Graves Andy, Michelle Innes. I'll ask you like the toilet paper for shoot your mosquito. Who's sharing the live? The why the light on the sponge? The light on the toilet paper this time around. Thankfully, the guys got onto that very quickly. That's 2 fires yesterday. That's what I'm telling you, Yolanda Thomas. Fire Nation. What think I telling you? Fire Nation. We bad like that. Man said mosquito in the jail. He couldn't take it no more. He couldn't take it. He says, we are them. He is fighting them in the jail, fighting the mosquitoes. Almost burned the place down twice. Death by fire. Fires at the PPP. Whatever the situation was, Terry Lalo give up. Terry Lalo give up. He lit the house on fire and lit himself on fire. And that was it. That was it. He gave up. Right? He gave up. Folks, sometimes you think you're going through problems until you see the other man's problem. Something like a fancy TV, man. Where you get a center table from? It look real nice, man. It take the house, it looks real nice. The blind sketch me, sorry for the distraction. The blind sketch me there. I love me some good blinds on the center table. You see that? A lot of space, so. Some of your place looking real nice there. But Terry Lalo give up. Don't give up. Carol Monroe, don't give up. Rashley Ford, don't give up. We run things don't run we. The amount of times they should have gone under. Give up, give out, give in. You see? And you got some jagabats at home and abroad, you know. Abroad and at home. Foreign and domestic. You got to deal with. Don't give up. Terry wasn't coping well. He lit the house on fire. Terry Lalo. And light himself on fire too. Never seek to know for whom the bell tolls. Tolls for thee. Who's sharing the live tonight? Who can smash the emoji button? We coming down, folks. Mindful of the time. We coming down and we coming around. The jagabats, the trench crapos, the tadpoles, and the cricketers. The carrion crows, the jumping bird, the Brahmin bull, the giant black chicken, the black pen sheep, the whole pack of them. The Hittites, the Pharisees, the Sadducees, the whole pack of them. And the lizards. Not forgetting Not forgetting the lizards, the whole pack of them is their section. But me ain't got no pity for soup drinkers. I ain't got no pity for them. None. None whatsoever. Harry Town Clark and a whole pack of them on some bribery charges. They were charged recently with bribery. Some vendor fed up paying money. He started talking deep throat. He started talking. Me ain't got no sympathy for soup drinkers. None. None whatsoever. Soup drinkers, predators, corruptors. All of them got a place in the lake of fire. All of them. But we watching this. Charged for bribery. Who knew? Who knew? Charged for bribery. Tom Clark, Candice Nelson, and some other person. We just happy. Who's sharing the life tonight? Who's sharing the life, folks? Who gonna smash the emoji button for me? Y'all don't come around, we funny, though. Don't come around, we funny. Good luck to them with that. Good luck to them with that, folks. Health matters, you know, we watching monkeypox, smallpox. I said monkeypox. We watching monkeypox, folks. We watching monkeypox. How can we be mindful? Kids watch your programs too. Monkeypox. Gotta watch that. You know, Trinidad just registered its third case of monkeypox. Trinidad. How monkeypox just died down and then just make a resurgence and whoop. 4,400 people watching us around the world, folks. 4,400 persons watching us around the world. We got 2,400 on Facebook alone. They're real fast over there. Real fast. Right? So they said they are guarding the ports. I want to see them. Health official at all ports of entries on the lookout for monkeypox. The third case registered in Trinidad and Tobago. Them boys said on the lookout. I can imagine Frank. They're run by Ankoko. Monkeypox, I want to know. We big. We ain't stupid. We big, but we ain't stupid. When Jack Leo them decided that they were taking away the subvention from the Padaji, we big. But we ain't stupid. And that's what the Padaji said over the weekend. Last Friday, they had a press conference. They said the government failed its obligation. You know, you got this international decade of people of African descent. Internationally, in this Ipadaji, the Ghana Hub have been tasked with, you know, doing things to empower the African community later. The African community locally. Just give them step in and pull the subvention. And then they can come and try to tell us that they like we. That they like us. Well, you can try to believe them. You can try to believe them. The late, great poet Maya Angelou says, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Believe them the first time. When people show you who they are. Vanessa Brewster, Laverne Cameron, Elise Williams, good to see you. Good to have all of you on the live. Believe them the first time. I believe them a long time. These Jacobas and Trench Crab. But trust them. That they like we, they like us, they like you and me. Which side? Which side? You can trust them. Right? If a box of cook up and a 5,000 sell your soul, you can do that. Well, look, story here. You know the Mohammeds. You know the Mohammed's name calling. You know the Mohammed's name calling. My Lord. Well, after I read that Reuters report, some people say Reuters. Well, potatoes, potatoes, tomatoes, tomatoes. After I read the report, God damn it. After I read the report, I said, wow. 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 I ain't so rich. But I got my American visa though. Taking a trip next month. I ain't got the money, but I got my visa. I said, wow. You know? You think you got problems until you see some other people problems. I know I sleep song when the night come. I ain't got to watch for a thing. Song, but I sleep like a cat. Soon as you hear a song, gone to back, you know, just like that. Don't come wrong me funny. Don't come wrong me funny. Soon as you hear a song, I am me foot. Who goes there? I done draw it. I done got to back and draw. Don't come wrong me funny. No, it's Westerns I watch. How much West? You know how many? Countless. I gone to back. Soon you hear some out there, eh? What's your name, number, rank? Where's your cent? I can't take back. I sleep someone in night come. I think I get problem. And then I read writers, rooters, writers, potatoes. I thought I had problems. I saw shocks. Father in heaven, how I love thee. I lift your name in all the earth. I had a little thing weekend. A little throat. Yes. I thought I had problems. Good luck, fellas. Good luck. You're going to be some more investigators. Good luck with that. I don't got a letter for write on nobody's behalf. I ain't care how much money I'll pay. Me got a letter for write on nobody. Good luck with that. Me want to touch with a 50-foot pole. I ain't want to touch that with a 50-foot pole. The old vice tonight, though. I ain't want to touch that with a 50-foot pole. Good luck with that. Spotted. Some folks are asking, was he educating or being educated? Was he educating or being educated? Emmanuel Macron, the French, Macron, Emmanuel Macron, they're looking at his face, they're like, what the he talking? That's what Macron looking like, what the that's how Macron looking. What is fella saying here, boy? Huh? Came in out. It was came in out. Macron must have gone back to grade 2 and said, never came in out. Look at Macron's face. Huh? Like it's only because you got eyelids stand up here. Look. I told you I want to tell you all twice. Aristotle and Onassis, funny. You know, richest ever walked the earth. Aristotle and Onassis. Class. It's by tolerance. Macron tolerated your boy. Look at Macron's face. Study Macron's face, the man. Like WTF? Came out. Presidents. Who vex? If you're broken by what we say, it's because you're brittle. Folks, when I dead, he said the son of a bitch gone. Put him a tombstone. Y'all can do what y'all want. Do after. But as long as I live it, you gotta fight me. God damn, you gotta fight me. Bite PCR ears off. WTF? I just happy. I wanted the backstory when Macron go back to the office. We tell the people. That's what I'm interested in. What he told the people. Huh? I can imagine your friend saying, Macron, we got high GDP here, boy. Yeah. High like y'all now. High GDP. We're now a high income country. We feeling it? We are feeling it. We is a high income country now. High income. Me feeling it. I ain't feeling it at all. It's something landlords know all too well. The rest of we getting it. The rest of we getting it. The World Bank. How the World Bank can tell me this savagery, Al? Wayne Brown, Kevin Pierce, Robert Kush. How the World Bank can tell me? It's like you poor. You go in the bank, you don't see nothing, and somebody telling you, no, you're a millionaire. With inheritance there, let me at it. Because it's like building something, the phone bill needs something, you don't run out of water. You are a millionaire. Where? Yeah, they're telling us we're a high income country now. High income. But I ain't coming. I ain't coming with this. Hey, moving on, folks. Moving on, the close-up. Them boys stink. Savagery, Vanessa, Bernadette, Diane, Veronica, Beverly, Stan. Wicked and dirty. Wicked, stink and dirty. That's them boys. Who vex? Folks, a human life in this country now is $5 million. You understand me there? In this high-income country. A human life, Patricia Wren, Faye, Asquith, Leon, Janice, Lester. A human life. In the quiet tune of a Monday afternoon, in a place called Microbe, the government went, coerced the families of the 20 victims from Mahdia fire to accept $5 million per child who died in that blaze. And for those who were only injured, 3 million. Folks, 5 million by the time you come out of Microbe and land in Mahdia, half the 5 million done. 5 million is for life. Right? And Buggery is 10 million. So you got way option in this high-income country. Right? They can bugger you to death or they can burn you to death. Blue pill or the red pill, take your pick. Buggery, sodomy, rape is 10 million. But a human life is 5. Sion Salvatore. You understand where we are in the 592? That's where they went to those indigenous people, our brothers and sisters. And that was the offer. $5 million. Right? And the government is not accepting any liability. The government is not accepting any liability. Those students did nothing wrong. How come they get in and the family get in the short end of the stick? So the government said, we have buried them. So they minus that. Oh, we fly the family to Georgetown. So they minus that. Oh, we feed them. So we minus that. And what they left with was $5 million per family. We care for you. Could you imagine that? The difference between you living and dying, Naomi Drucker, $5 million per child. Right? So, we're going to carry out. Is it buggery? Or is it fire? Dead by buggery and sodomy and rape. Dead by fire. One is 10 million and one is 5 million. Take your pick. Take your pick. You know, the closer. We caught up with Amanzo Walton this year today, Shadow Minister for Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. So, Mother, she's been following this issue. As a member of Parliament, she's been following this issue. And as the story broke, 5 million per child, 10 million for rape and buggery. She'd offered us some thoughts. Right? How you go out? They're going to rape you and bug you to death? Your family gets a 10 million. Right? Family gets a 10 million. But for human life, that went down in such agony, burnt to death, get a 5 million. A box of cook-up, a taxi fare. So folks, for the closer, Member of Parliament Amanzo Walton Disease offer her thoughts on this issue. Take a look and take a listen.
A news release was brought to my attention that indicated that the government of Guyana had entered into a hush agreement, as it was termed, with the families affected by the Mahdia tragedy. And I thought to myself that it certainly explains why after 56 days, no commission of inquiry has been constituted. We were told that by the end of last week, the president was hopeful that he could name the entire commission, but we see that he has gone off somewhere attending some conference, and the commission has not yet been empaneled. But what we learned today is that the affected families have been offered a settlement of 5 million Guyana dollars to compensate them for the loss of their children. This situation certainly raises a number of questions. And I've noted in the public space as well a press release issued by the Attorney General Anil Nandlall, in which he outlined the support that the government would have given to the family, providing transportation, providing hospitalization and care overseas. But I want to point out, in case the Honorable Nandal has forgotten, that these students died whilst in the care and custody of the state. And so the state has not been doing a favor to the family. These families left their children in the care of the state, trusting that they would be taken care of. So I want the AG to understand that by enumerating all of these reliefs and assistance that the government would have given to the families, it makes them almost look as if they are expecting these people to be indebted to them somehow, when it is the least that they could do to compensate for the negligence that resulted in these children's, rather gruesome deaths. The other issue that I have is that when you look at the wording of the agreement, and I want to read a particular section of it because I don't want to misquote it. It says that the government of Guyana hereby offers to the parent/guardian of the victim the sum of $5 million as a form of financial assistance, which shall constitute a settlement of all claims and causes of actions on account of all injuries resulting in death and not resulting in death that resulted from the fire of the 21st of May 2023 at the Mahdia Secondary School dormitory. Now you notice how this is worded, that it is issued as a form of financial assistance, which shall, and it goes on to say, which shall constitute a settlement of all claims and of all causes of actions on account of all the injuries received. So this goes contrary even to the spirit of the press release that Nandlal has put out. Because when you read that by itself, he wants to convey a government that is magnanimous and that is reaching out. But when you look at the text of the agreement, what they have essentially asked these families to sign is that for $5 million, you will waive your right to any future claim for any injuries resulting from this unfortunate incident. So it begs the question, what if when the COI is empaneled, they find such gross negligence on the part of the government? What then? It would appear to me, on first blush, that the terms of this agreement would preclude them from proceeding further, unless, of course, they can make certain legal arguments that, the inequality of the bargaining power at the time, the unconscionable nature of the agreement, etc., would allow them to have it waived. But that is an unnecessary battle that they will have to fight. And so this is why this government went about stealthily and quietly dealing with these families to have these agreements signed. I've learned that some families have refused to sign, whilst others have signed. I've learned that the AG said that there was independent legal advice, but based on the conduct of this administration, it's very difficult, unless you hear from an attorney themselves that they were consulted by this family, that indeed they offered legal advice to the family. So this whole situation, it really does raise more questions than it provides answers. And it really does indicate that we have a government that intends to deal with the people of Guyana in an unjust manner. And then Anil Nandal has the gall to say that he hopes that this matter is not politicized and it is dealt with in this solemn and dignified manner that it ought to be. And we completely agree that it ought to be it has to be dealt with in a dignified and in a solemn manner. But this is the same government that paraded the survivors of this tragedy 2 hours after they were discharged from the hospital. So this double speak and this double standard that this government continues to employ really is saying to the people of Guyana that we have a government here that they simply do not care. They simply do not care. What about the other survivors who would have had to seek medical attention? What if the injuries that they would have suffered will have some long-term effect in terms of their ability to function normally, which will affect their employability? This clause of this contract seems to suggest, or of this agreement, seems to suggest that they are precluded from claiming anything legally, and that whatever they get will be dependent on the largesse of this government, and that is completely unacceptable. The decent way, the right way for this matter to have been dealt with was for a commission of inquiry to be empaneled in the shortest possible time, because we need to get to the root cause of the system's failure. What failed? What happened? What were the systems that failed that caused us to lose 20 of our young people in such a horrific manner? The Attorney General's attempt to separate this settlement from the Commission of Inquiry, it's untenable. It can't be separated, because these are issues that arise out of the one and the same facts and circumstances. And two, this agreement contains a clause that precludes the families from proceeding with any legal action, any cause of action, or any such thing. So that it appears to me at first blush that if the COI were to find a tremendous amount of negligence on the part of the government or some government official, these families have been precluded from proceeding further, barring, like I said, any successful argument that they may be able to make as to unconscionability, etc. So Adil Nandlall is simply attempting to kerfuffle the people of Guyana. Like I said, this is the reason why 56 days after, we do not have a commission of inquiry empaneled, because they wanted to take care of all of these issues so that when the commission gets underway, the government is somehow insulated. And the government has to be insulated because they know, they are aware that they failed, that their officers failed, that that school was flagged by the fire service, that dormitory rather, was flagged by the fire service as being a fire hazard. They know what the UNICEF report said about the conditions of dormitories across Guyana. They are aware because this report was put before the cabinet. So they all know. And this is simply an attempt to cover themselves and to cover their ineptitude and inefficiency and just their lack of the ability to govern that resulted in families and Guyana losing 20 of our young promising Guyanese.
Finally, did the release say anything about the process and how they came to this 5 million, came to this amount, was how they got to that agreed sum?
It is unclear as to the formula employed by the Attorney General, by the government of Guyana, to come to the settlement of $5 million. Like I said, whilst the AG has said that there was independent legal advice, I am not one to quickly believe anything that this government has said based on their track record. And so in the interest of transparency, people must know, how did you arrive at this? This is not something that can be swept under the rug. This is the greatest human tragedy we have had in Guyana in our recent history. And the government cannot cherry pick what the people of Guyana should and should not be interested in, or what they should or should not comment about. What they have to do as a government is handle this thing in a manner that says to any reasonable bystander looking on that, yes, this government is dealing with this matter in the best possible manner, and they have failed that test. They have not constituted a commission of inquiry. Now we are hearing that they have been going about the place, having their families give up more or less their right to pursue any further legal claim for $5 million. And they're expecting that we will not comment about it. Well, we will comment about it. We must, as a responsible opposition and as responsible Guyanese require the government to operate in a particular manner. A news release.
Yep. Thank you very much. Amanzo Walton is here, Shadow Minister for Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation on this 5 million Mahdia issue. Folks, if that is not wickedness, what is? You tell me. Asquith, Oren, Kurt, Sandra, Vanessa, what is? Wickedness. Wickedness. We want to thank Amanzo for that really comprehensive comment there. And that being said, folks, we're going to leave it here this evening. Veronica, good to see you there. Thanks for joining us, each and every one of you. And folks, you all know we can't do this without you. We're even going to pretend as y'all keep us going. Thank you very much for your love, your support, and your generosity. Here is how you can continue to support. Folks, they're telling us some stars and so on might shop the way the folks on YouTube can purchase the emojis, and it helps us to keep going here. They said on Facebook, some stars and so on might shop. But so if you all see any stars and sparks and so on, it's no obvious. It's not obvious. It's just another way that can help us, folks. And here is how, in spite of that, or with that, here's another way in which you can help us.
Want to keep getting the best in the ring?
That's right.
Yes, you can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions. And it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $InTheRing592, Zelle and PayPal InTheRing592@gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union and for MMG payments. Want to keep getting the best in the ring?
That's right.
Yes, you can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions. And it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $InTheRing592, Zelle and PayPal InTheRing592@gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union and for MMG payments.
That's the last bell. Thanks for joining us this evening. It's been a privilege, folks, to each and every one of you. Thanks to each and every one of you for spending this time with us. Good to see you, Vanessa. Chisel Chipper, 68. Good to see you, Dad and Chisel. Dan Graves, Andy. I see Jamal Aziz. Glenford Gordon is here too. Good to see all of you. Have a fantastic rest of the evening, guys. That's sweet time, and that's our program. Thanks for joining us. Stay safe. Stay safe, guys.